Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie and today I'm going to give you the pros and cons of having a second child. Now, I really wish this kind of video was around when I was thinking about having a second baby, but I just thought I'd put it out there to give you guys a better understanding about what it means to have a second child, and hopefully it will give you a better idea of whether or not you want to extend your family from having one child to two. So if you're watching this video, you have already had a child, and the decision to have a second is very much a different kind of conversation from that when you are deciding whether or not to have one child. There's less romanticism and less of the unknown when it comes to having a second child. Feels like a lot more of a practical decision, and therefore the questions that you should be asking yourself might be slightly different, and this is why I've made this video, to help you come to that conclusion. So I'm going to start with the cons and then hopefully end with a bit of positivity. Con number one, the mum juggle doubles. If you're struggling with the mum juggle now, then you are definitely going to struggle with two. You are constantly splitting yourself into two pieces and never really fully able to give your full self to either one of your children. This leads on to con number two. The mum guilt also doubles. You are never really fully able to give your time to one child over the other, and therefore the guilt of doing that is increased. And when you do finally have that one-on-one time, you're actually thinking about the other child and what you could be doing for them. Con three, the risk of sickness doubles. Now, this does seem a little bit silly, but when you are the one that has having to take time off work to look after said child, it can actually start being quite important. With two different children in two different nurseries or two different nursery rooms, chances are that they will get sick at different times. And sod's law, if one gets sick, the other will get sick the moment the first one starts getting better. So you have double the amount of time of sick child in your house. Con four is an important one. It's really expensive. Yep, those little darlings of yours don't come cheap. As well as the immediate obvious things like food, clothing and childcare, there's the added things that you might not think about, like how much space a child takes up. So then you start looking around on your car. Do we need a bigger car? You start looking around your house and think, well, that tiny box room actually works well when you have a baby, but the baby then gets bigger and you have a child, and having that child in the box room then becomes impractical. So do you upsize your house? And it does have these kind of rippling implications that you might not think about until this baby is then in your life and growing up. Con five, there will be fights and there will be rivalry. No matter how much your children love each other, whether it's about sharing toys or who gets to go first or just sharing your time, the mum, you do find yourself playing peacekeeper in most situations. Con six, you will have another break in your career. So this might actually be welcome for some people, but for others who are trying to build up a work portfolio or are aiming to get a certain promotion, or especially if you're self-employed and you are having to take time off and turn work away to go on maternity leave, either way, your career will be impacted by having another baby. It shouldn't, but that's the reality, I'm afraid. Con seven, you have to do it all again. Yep, the sleepless nights, the sore boobs, the puking, the screaming, the boredom. Let's face it, having a newborn can sometimes be boring. It means you have to do it all again. So now for a bit of positivity. So pro one, it's less of a shock. You kind of know what you're doing the second time round, and let's face it, your life is already dictated by one tiny human, so why not a second? Pro two, they'll play together. So this is, I think, the most common idea when people think about having two children, is that they will keep each other company and they will play together. I can't vouch for that yet because my two are still a little bit too young to start playing together properly, but that's a general idea. And I think the thought process behind this is that even if they don't play together, there will be company their own age as they're growing up. Pro three, on that note, they'll always have each other. I personally have a younger brother, and there is something quite peaceful knowing that I have a sibling out there who will always have my back no matter what. And I think we feel like we have to owe our firstborns that, knowing that they will go through life and they will always have someone there that will have their back too. Pro 4, it teaches valuable life lessons. Sharing, conflict resolution, patience, empathy. These are all things that you learn in abundance when you are living under the same roof as a sibling. Pro 5, you already have all the stuff. And chances are you've chucked away or got rid of most of the useless stuff that you didn't need and kept the actual useful stuff that you really did need. So therefore, it's saved you loads of time and energy trawling the internet, looking at reviews, wondering or not whether to buy this random gadget that you're not even quite sure how to use it. Pro 6. There is shared parental leave. So here in the UK, shared parental leave was introduced in 2015, which means that the entitled maternity leave that was usually given to the mother can then be chopped up and shared between both parents. For example, we have worked this in our favour this time bringing up Aidan. I only took 9 months of my full year that I was entitled to, and the last 3 months my husband took off and then overlapped it with me. So from 6 to 9 months of Aidan's life, he had both his parents with him full time, and it was actually amazing. If you'd like more information about this, then please go to your HR in your company and ask for the shared parental leave policy, and it should dictate that all in black and white for you and make it a bit more clear. And finally, Pro 7, you get to do it all again. Yes, this has made it in the pro list as well. So the newborn cuddles, the sniffing the milky heads, the long pram walks and meeting and chatting to other mums. Once you get your head around it, mum life can be pretty wonderful. So there you go, I hope you found this useful. I really wish I had this video when I was thinking about having a second child and having something quite clear cut. It's sometimes nice to rearrange your thoughts and to give you an idea of what you would like for you and your family. Please hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video and subscribe to get the recent updates on Aidan as he's getting older. And please follow me on Instagram on my_parenting_way to get all the updates on there as well. And I will see you next time.